Okay, so I'm out here again this week doing my sort of little private investigation, looking into spirits in the woods. My plan this week was to find a nice isolated cemetery. So I went on Google and looked up a local cemetery, and I found Stone Lick Township Rap Cemetery. I called the local police department, let them know I'd be here, got clearance from them, and they said everything was fine. So the plan today is to come into this cemetery respectfully and do a few ghost box, spirit box sessions, and then leak into the woods a little and see if there's a little bit more activity in areas that are adjacent to cemeteries. My whole purpose here is still to look for any kind of intelligent energies inside of the woods. It's just this time I'm going to use the local cemetery as a piggyback. What I'll do first is we'll walk around a little. There goes some deer running. We'll walk around a little. I'll give you guys a view of the cemetery, and then I'll come back with another video where I have the ghost box set up. So for now, let's just take a look at some of the things around here. It's a pretty old cemetery plot. I'd love to come here at night. When I come into these cemeteries, this spot right here might be a spot where I run a session at. When I come into these cemeteries, I try really hard not to step on anything, like step on the graves, but sometimes you can't really avoid it. I'm also trying to make some corrections from my last video. I noticed there was a lot of camera movement. I'll try and be a little bit more still this time. I mean, look at these graves here. Looks like it's the Rapp family. Some of these are pretty old. 1772, 1808. So I want to go so far as to say that I actually expect some decent communication here. This is a family cemetery. God rest their souls. May they rest in peace. I am not here to be disrespectful in any way. I'm here clearly to speak to you. If you do want to speak to me, there's no pressure. I want you to know that I am here as respectful, to be respectful as possible. But like I was saying, I feel like here we might get some communication. It's not disturbed a lot. Something I have noticed in a lot of investigations and just dealing with the paranormal and things like that is isolation of spirits or energy is a plus. When you go to these sites that are frequented and people are always there, always trying to talk to spirits, they sort of get exhausted. They don't want to talk to you. Here we might get some activity. I might open myself up a little too from a psychic medium standpoint and see what we get. This is actually pretty cool. I'm glad I found this place. Wish I had something to give them. This guy was a Freemason. If I had to come here after night, I would call the police department too and speak to them. So just to speak about the psychic mediumship a bit, typically when I go to a place, the energy will hit me and it'll give me sort of like tingles. I call them heebie-jeebies or my spider senses, you know, they're going off. And I will say right now, as I'm walking around this place, those graves I was just at over here, that general area, excuse me, I felt something there. So there is someone here willing to communicate. The woods around the area, They don't want people hunting them. They don't want people in them. If you look, like, there's a pretty clear drop off coming up over here. I'm not going to ask you to look. I'm going to show you. So there's a good drop off over here down into the ravine. It's hard to see. Things are a little collected around here, but I've got to say, who's over there? A little squirrel. I've got to say, this place has got some energy to it. I don't think I finished my point from earlier. So, family cemetery. If most of these people are family, most of them are rats. I'm actually expecting some activity here because the energy not only is isolated, but there's a relationship here. And you can almost make the assumption that when you have a family cemetery and you have a relationship of energy and bloodlines, that there is a protector here. There's probably a spirit that I could talk to that sort of resides over everything, or some kind of protecting spirit. Or in a situation like this, a genus Loki. It's sort of like when a building or something identifies with itself and then it has some kind of protection. So there might be an echelon system here of spirits, and one might be protecting over the rest. So there might be a family member who's decided to remain. There might be a high level of intelligence too here with energies and with spirits. So let's do one more walk around the place. I'll let you guys see it. But I'm telling you, man, there's an energy here. There's definitely a vibration here. I could almost see it. There's almost a fog. There's almost a fog here. But there is a very strong energy here. I feel it because it's messing with me. Like, it's throwing my equilibrium off. It could be a funhouse effect with the slam of the heel. Because if you look, this whole area sort of tilts downward. But there's a bit of a funhouse effect here. See, I feel like my equilibrium is off. But I'm trying to debunk it and say there's a funhouse effect here. But there's some serious energy out here. And I thought it was just concentrated over there, but that's not the case anymore. This whole place is charged. This will be fun. Let's just do we'll do a walk around. Look how old these graves are that they actually fill. I feel like somebody's asking me to pick this one up to try and fix it. I wonder how heavy it is. Oh, that's mighty heavy. I don't care. Let's try and fix it. We're not going to fix it. I'll show you why I'm not going to fix it. I'll be lucky if I get out of here. Red ants. So let's put this back down. Maybe another day. Is that made of limestone? Hey, Hensley Paranormal, man, if you're watching this, what's up, buddy? Can't wait to get out with you. I see the work you're doing. You're kicking ass, man. Keep it up. It's nice to see some of your videos. Those shout outs you're giving. If any of you guys know Remy Warrior, go to her page, give her a follow, say hello. She has the COVID-19. She's fighting. She's a fighter. So I trust she'll be well. But go over there and give her some love. She's a very loving person. Anybody who has it, anybody who has family members, say hello to them. Keep them in your prayers. Alright, I'll stop this. The next video will be the start of just a ghost box session. I'm going to open myself up a little. I won't get you guys involved in that part of the psychic medium stuff for opening myself up. Or maybe I will. But this will be our spot today. We're not going to venture too far into the woods. There's trespassing signs. But we'll call some things out from the woods. How about that? I'll try and run a different system this time, so you'll hear the ghost box, spirit box better. I'll do some 1-minute EVP sessions, and we'll get rolling.